Good afternoon, and first of all, let me thank for school for giving me this opportunity of coming here and showing a short journey of my life of working in United Nations ESCAP office of Southwest Asia in New Delhi, and we look into 10 countries. This is a true story as to how the technological innovations could transform the lives of rural people, especially focusing on women, uneducated, unorganized, and small and medium and micro enterprises. How we can work through partnership and team to build towards a prosperous world. So when we look at basically in today's world, it's very competitive. We are competing with each other. We are more on individual level. We strive for individual excellence. That also brings the mad push. Of course, when you see football and others, there is a push, but in the life, there is a lot of push. Jealousy, tension. And the tensions come from everywhere. Many of you are young students. You would recall parents getting hyper, you're not doing well in the study. Or this is not correct, or that is not correct, right? And earlier we heard how you need to strive for your life. Sometimes, like Faisal, you may also succumb to the wishes of your parents or seniors, right? So, in today's world, how from an individual we can become a group, we can become a team, we can forge partnership where it's not only win-win, but it's a win-win-win for all is what I'm going to share with you. If you look at, and this is a story of, as I was saying, in the Southwest Asia, we use this innovative method in educating the micro, small, and medium enterprise women as to how they can use digital technology to promote their business by sitting at home. This picture depicts a training which we organized in Jaipur. How we, this is one of those stories which we did it in Jaipur, and there were around 100 ladies who came from 100 kilometers away from a remote village to Jaipur for a training which we organized for them, and they could not speak English. They speak only Hindi. And most of them will also speak Rajasthani Hindi. It was really, really tough when, as an international civil servant, you are accustomed to speak English or everything is there. And then the whole international staff was attuning to. But I will come to it later. What the challenge we were grappling with? The challenge which we were grappling with was the status of women in Southwest Asia. Women in business are very, very low. Labor force participation, very less. Gender equality, not there. So, whenever we look at in terms of status of women in this part of the world, it's always lagging behind. And one of the challenges which they were facing was, despite having smartphones with them, they did not know how to use it for their optimal use. And so we thought that we need to train these women entrepreneurs. And imagine, when we are talking about training women entrepreneurs, we are talking about 10 countries. And these 10 countries are Turkey, Iran, where there is an embargo, Afghanistan. I mean, that time when we were doing, now there is a Taliban has come, so there is a problem now. But even at that moment of time, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Each country had its own problem, its own challenge. Each country is remote. They are not connected. So we face a lot of challenge and distance, language, communication, culture, and how do we address their challenges? And that is where these technology came into part. And so what we looked at was as to how we can use, the technology. And when we started this exercise, we were thinking of bringing these women in a classroom, like a proper training, organizing a training. And then the COVID came. And when the COVID came, there were lockdowns. And that forced us to really, really think as to how best we can use the technology. In that activity, we have already talked about the partnership, as I was talking about. 10 countries, diverse, even in India, different languages are spoken. If you go to South, if you go to North, if you go to East, if you go to West, as I was giving you an example of Jaipur. So imagine a rural woman who could speak, who comes from Bihar, and she was doing a business of pottery, right? Or Madhubani painting. She could not speak anything except her Bhojpuri language from where she belongs to. A girl coming from 100 kilometers south of Jaipur, she could not speak anything other than Rajasthani language. And how we use this technology is most of them had these mobile phones, and then we had partners. So we had many of the women's UN country teams, UN women. We had our partners through the chambers, local chambers, and we had a South Asia Women Development Forum, which was our partner in this initiative. And so we developed an online training program. We developed an e-learning course. We then created a WhatsApp group, which we never thought we will do. We had to create an online help desk. And many of these help desks, we had those interpreters coming from either that particular country or this region through our local help. So they will collect these information, they will understand their problem, they will connect with us, and then we will do, and everything was happening remotely. So what we will do is we'll organize a Zoom platform or MS Team platform where we'll have 500, 600 women entrepreneurs, and we'll then hook them up into this platform, and then we will organize the training. We'll tell them what they need to do. We'll do a step-by-step process, and then simultaneously those people there will also help them through the different WhatsApp group in their own language in telling them what they need to do. So these were those technological innovations which we never conceived when we started this work. We thought it's very easy. We are developing a program. We have a module. We'll have a training module. We know what we want to do. And here is the setup of this, and we'll do it. But then we never anticipated language could be a problem. Culture could be a problem. The time gap could be a problem. When you have 8 a.m. here, in Iran, it's 7:30 a.m. Somewhere else, it's a different time or a lunch time. We could not have, so we had to work in different time zones. And these helped us a lot in the sense that we could, through these technologies, imparted many women, we could reach to them and train them as to how they can use the digital innovations. And what we did was we immediately created a core team, as I was talking about. We developed partnership. We had the network. We had this cooperation and collaboration with various agencies. And but we then had our own server on which we put the training program, and we made them learn. So what is the result which we achieved? The result was we never anticipated actually when we started. Our target was 4 countries, and the target basically was Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, and Afghanistan, 4 least developed countries. And we thought we'll train 100 women, bring them onto e-commerce or a digital platform to do the business. But the outreach or the digital innovation or the technology help us reach out beyond South Asia. So I was talking about 10 countries. We could reach out to ASEAN. We could reach out to Africa. Even last week, 2 days ago, I was training women on Africa in Zambia and South Africa on this platform. So we reached out to 25 countries, and instead of a target of 100 women whom we wanted to train and bring on the digital platform, we could get 3,200 women within a span of 3 years. This is the power of technology. This is the power of innovation. This is the power of partnership. This is the power of cooperation. When we did, the innovation also came from, and if you can see this one, you can see on the top, when you imagine a brand, you imagine a logo, you imagine some company's name. You could never imagine a rural woman to be her own brand. And this is what has come out, where the 3 women from Rajasthan who are rural women, they have made this product, which is dal, taur dal or urad dal or maki dal, whatever you say. They did a packing, and innovatively we developed their story, and the barcode which you see, if you scan, you will see the real story of these women. And when we trained, we thought we'll make them access to a local or a regional or a global supply chain. Indeed, we did that. But we never anticipated that in 2.5 years of this networking which we have created, these women who are home-based, who is also a mother and a wife, a cook and a cleaner in her house, and these could generate an order of $160,000 in these 2.5 years. We never anticipated. This is the power of technology. They got through it, and it really tremendously benefited them. It benefited so much. And this project of ours becomes so popular within the UN community that our head office put it as one of the highlights of achievement of a best story of how technological innovation, partnership, and cooperation can transform people's life. And later, this was also published in UN in New York as a head office as one of the successful stories of South-South cooperation. Because these women developed a network among themselves, among all the countries which are developing countries. So now, these women whom we trained, somebody is sitting in Maldives or Sri Lanka, is now trading with Africa. Somebody sitting in India is now trading with the another women entrepreneur in ASEAN. And these are some of the stories which they have to tell after the training program. It is just to show. We started as a normative work as a UN staff, and later on it became the passion. And it's not only me who was doing, but my whole team. So I am just the face. There are people who are working, who are still working behind. And this whole team, we have worked together to achieve this success. So the lesson is, while in the present world, we can still strive to benefit as individual, but if we do partnership, if we do collaboration, if we do cooperation, we can do much better, and individually also we can gain. Thank you very much.